Welcome to this video, and in this video I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can start turning cold leads, a cold audience, people that have just come across your brand into paying clients. Now with this formula and with this exact strategy, it's helped me and my clients close multiple deals straight away within a 3 to 5 day period. Now this isn't just one of those quick ones where you'll find someone, maybe that person isn't too qualified, isn't too interested. This formula shows you exactly how to get your ICP, how to find someone that actually resonates with what you do and is genuinely interested in using your offer and implementing your offer. Now, using this formula, I didn't want to give it out, but I'm giving it out because it makes so much of an impact, and I'm going to show you how to start implementing these things as well as we go through it. And let's look at it like dominoes. First thing they need to be doing is coming to your profile, having passive trust, improving with positioning. And you can see I'll break down everything, showing you the exact steps we need to take so that they end up as a client. Now with this, it is very simple, it is very easy, and this is why I'm here to show you. So coming down to it, and let's go straight into the video. And if you're still here, understanding and ready to learn, then it shows that you're already interested. It shows that you're ready to take the next step. So let's break it down and go into step one. Right now, you are probably in a situation where you have your YouTube account, your Facebook account, your LinkedIn account, your TikTok accounts, and you're funneling all back to your Instagram. And your Instagram is like your primary hub. It is where everyone ends up, and this is where they send that initial message. This is where you convert. And ultimately, when they come to your Instagram, they may be really interested from your YouTube, they may be really interested from your TikTok or LinkedIn, but ultimately your Instagram is the final resting place. And when they come to this final resting place, you want to be making sure that they are going to convert. You want to be making sure you still have their interest hooked. So when it comes down to your Instagram, there's only 3 things we need to be looking at. And these are the 3 most important things: your bio, your highlights, and your posts. So when it comes down to your bio, you clearly need to be showing your stance. If you're not showing your stance with your position, your offer, your solution, a call to action, and a redirection to value, forget a redirection to your funnel, your landing page. If they're interested, that's where you redirect them to, or you shall put it on your story. However, with your bio, you want to be nurturing them and showing them that you're that person to solve their problem. So as a quick example, with my personal bio, redefining for consultants and agency owners with systems powered by proven frameworks, Flywheel, and AI. Building and scaling to 2 to 4x, and DM me reshape with a redirection to my YouTube. Why have I done this, and why do you need to be doing this as well? Well, ultimately, the reason we do this is to show people that we can solve their problem. We are showing people who we're speaking to, who we're targeting, what solution we can bring, and showing them how they can get in contact with us. And as we know this, it is very basic, it is very simple, so let's move on. Highlights. Each highlight is proof, and we can alternate them with either start here or the other side of things, just with client wins back to back to show our expertise. Me personally, I've taken a different route. I'm trying to build more of a brand. I'm trying to build more of that following. So I've got my resources where people can have constant lead magnets, constant SOPs, constant redirection to YouTube videos, and people will click on your highlights all the time. If you have highlights, people will click on them. So following up with this, I have some results, just smaller wins, showing people that people can achieve from all different aspects, my testimonials, my more solid wins, my more looked and deep down case studies, showing people even more in-depth solutions. This, the writing hand. Why have I clicked this? And you're probably even thinking, why is this if you don't know who I am? The reason this is as you're scrolling through, all of a sudden you're going to see me showing my proof of my work, my behind the scenes, getting people to see a bit more of an insight. Cap, showing my lifestyle, showing who I am, what I do on a daily basis, and scaling, giving people a bit more clarity of understanding exactly what solution I bring to the market. Now, coming down with this, once you have your bio and your highlights sorted, you need to be looking at your posts. Be posting reels. And I'm not speaking about, your main nice picture of you, this and that. We're here to nurture them. We're not here to show them, oh, look at me, look how nice I dress. That is not the point. And you can't see it in here, but these are my pinned posts. And why have I pinned these posts in particular, and why should you start creating posts to pin like this? Because it's showing my stance, it's showing the offer, my value, my solution, and it's showing the way I can solve your problems. It's telling you, the audience, when you see this video, you understand exactly who I am, what I do, you hear my voice, you hear my tone, you hear the way I approach a problem and solve that solution, and I'm even giving you something for free. And with this as well, you should have 3 pinned posts. And the reason I don't have these 3 pinned posts is because one of them is in progress at the moment before I upload it, because I want to put one of my best case studies up there yet, just to show people that extra sense of resemblance. Now with it, you should have a case study video, a call to action video, and an offer. So you can see my offer, my call to action video. This is just redirected to a simple lead magnet. Now with this, you need to post 3 pin posts, a method, result, free help. These, and doing these in particular, will help strangers self-educate before you speak. You don't need to reach out to them, and I'll cover this in the next few minutes, but we need to be literally showing people, this is who we are, this is exactly why. We're educating them before they even send us that initial message. And the tip is, add captions that hook, not hype, and you've been doing it wrong because no one showed you this, and include a reply if this hit or call to action on the 3rd slide. And the reels, most importantly, show your wisdom. And it's like reading the specs of a car before you buy. You want to know what you're getting into. You want to know and have as much understanding as possible. People will always check out your reels. Now, why do we do this? Because first impressions matter. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you valuable? And why you, most importantly, but this is the first glance and a massive deciding factor. You can have a highly qualified lead, however, they can be thrown off by the lack of branding and direction. So when it comes down to this, most importantly, we need to have these 3 parts optimized, which you already know if you are a coach, consultant, growth operator, or agency owner. And we understand how important this, but this is just a simple reminder, and I'll be breaking down a video later on in the next week or 2 about flywheel branding and how you can start implementing it to redirect and connect everything. However, if you're still here, you still want to know exactly how you can start implementing it, besides the simple and the basic, the start of the domino effect. Coming down to that is, what does it lead to? And this leads to key pillar number 2. Don't sell, guide. Trust is earned in the gaps. And this is building passive trust. People don't convert the first time they see you. They convert when they feel safe, seen, and guided. And most people rush the sale. This is probably where you've even lost a couple clients before, because you have just rushed in. And the smart ones build curiosity, relevance, and trust silently. So welcome to the passive trust, the system that makes people want to buy from you before you even ask. So the first thing we should be doing is looking at our daily stories. Speak to what they're struggling with, show them proof of your system and working, end with a light call to action if you're stuck to, here, fix this. And with the tips that you should be doing with these is having a win story, behind the scenes, quick value, poll, and it builds familiarity over time. Remember how I said with my highlights, I'm showing people, behind the scenes, I'm showing them some resources, I'm showing them some results, I'm funneling it all back into it. Now, with this, what type of story should you be posting? And I'll show you a couple just from my archive. You can see within these stories, we have certain things. This is the type of flow we all desire. Calls getting booked on autopilot, people ready to learn and come forward, and people in demand of your services. But some of us look at it like a difficult task, but it's understood what's needed, where we can position ourselves, the systems of having a good branding. Coming on with this, we have some solutions to back it. For example, here things like, by the way, I just received a setup payment from the fee I was talking about. 2 clients already closed this month. Dennis, for example. Your guidance has been crucial in helping me convert my lead, improve my offers. Thank you for shaping my approach. Feel free to look at my profile. This was evidence. And even these 2. Hey Leon, I saw your video about overcoming price objections, man. This helped me a lot with, this helped me tons. Thanks a lot, man. Bio and literally having the YouTube to redirect them to more value. Someone booking a call. Yes, I book. Next, someone even giving me a small deposit because I just keep my spot. I'm busy this week, but I want to start working with you. And polls, another voice note of someone giving me a result. Another one from having sub accounts and having a flywheel, just constant value. And that is exactly what people want to see. You need to be filtering these and layering them in. And, if you don't have the results, if you don't have the social proof to show people, what you need to be doing is just giving them your own information, giving them your own personal wins, giving them your own information of ways you solved their current problems. Now, when it comes down to this, we want to be leveraging ourselves to be maximizing the amount of leads we're pulling in. And remember, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, you need to have your first few clients before you can start doing this. Not necessarily. When people started this, they didn't have that same advantage. Everyone had to start from the ground. Now, when it comes down to this and following through with this, we want to be staying ahead of the curve. So I'm going to show you another tip which comes down to helping us maximize and convert and build that passive trust. And firstly, we need to let them lurk. This is why I've shown you everything in order. The branding, and I haven't mentioned reaching out yet. I've just mentioned building up that value, showing people that we can be that person that they can come to. Ultimately, we're in this business to maintain leads. We're in this business to be successful. We're in this business to start building up our financial freedom, build up our time freedom, and have that locational freedom too. You want to be doing certain things at a certain time in a certain day, even be that person of, oh, I'm that rich friend. And this is the steps that you need to be starting to implement to achieve that desired result. Now, with this, we need to let them lurk and then message. Don't message them instantly. Let them come into your world and warm themselves. So day 0 to 1, don't DM them. And this is probably a crucial mistake you probably make. And on day 2, you then put in the soft ping. Hey, saw you on the page. Was there something you're working on? You're not pushing, you're creating a pull response. And with this too, you can check who's viewed your story, liked your post, or followed you. And primarily for the followers, and DM only after they've seen 2 to 3 things. Hence why we post our stories. And the thing is, DMing someone straight after a follow comes with 2 things. Because I know one of you guys that are watching this, probably you watching this, has done this thing where you've just DM'd them straight away. However, let's break it down and understand it why. Yes, their interest has probably peaked, but it is too generic and we want to stick out and not be the same as everyone else. You've probably followed a bunch of guys when you probably got more locked in and you've received the same message. Hey man, thanks for the follow. What made you reach out? Hey man, thanks for the follow. Why'd you come to my page? Hey man, I appreciate the follow, etc., etc. And it's just boring and it's just standard and it's just generic. So I'm going to give you a quick response flow, which you can DM them, which is quite soft, quite subtle, and it just starts building that trust. It builds that establishment where they can come to us and start believing in us and make sure they feel safe and guided. Also, making sure they feel seen. So let's break through this 4-step scenario where we can start implementing it straight away. Once again, if you're still here, it means you're interested. So please start taking notes. Feel free to screenshot anything because this is what will help us and move us to the next step. So the soft entry. Hey name, saw that you checked out the page, curious what stood out. Ask something that starts a convo, not pushes a pitch. Remember, this is open-ended as well. They can go in many different types of ways, and this is exactly what we want. Prepare 2 to 3 different variations of this and paste manually. Don't automate it yet because it will kill the tone. We want to be giving them our full attention. And with this as well, we want to be responding quickly. The quicker we respond, the more effective we will be. And this is proven. If you respond within 0 to 15 minutes, it will increase your closing rate by 60%. Now, 60% is an outrageous number. However, it's keeping the tone, it's keeping their attention, it's making them feel seen, and it's making them feel safe because it feels like we're giving them our entire attention. Now, keep that in mind. So, moving on to number 2, match the problem to the resource. They got a pain point, you actually have something I put together for this exact same thing. Do you want me to send it? And with this, lead magnets video, story sequences that directly address their issue. And your resource should solve one clear pain point and not everything. But I'll show you this in a bit because it helps with our positioning. And remember, we want to be hitting the domino effect effectively so we can reach our end goal with success. We don't want to be going from the smallest domino to the biggest domino to the rest of them because we won't knock it over. And we want to be having a smooth business. The reason I'm making these videos is so you can have the smoothest way to solve your problems and start implementing them straight away. And I like simplicity. Steve Jobs always hired the lazy people because they will find the best way to do it. I, myself, as much as I hate to say it, I am one of those lazy people. So I like to find an easy way around everything. Now, coming down to this, the wait, and then the follow-up. Yo, did the doc help you get more clarity on the pain? This is not a pitch, it's a check-in, which creates safety. Everyone wants that check-in. Remember, we're here to make them feel seen. We're treating them as a friend. We're not treating them as a prospect. And if we start treating them as a prospect, you will lose their interest. No one likes to be hard sold. People are interested, yes, but if we have something good, we don't want to ruin it, because that's exactly where we will fall back. And we're not here to ruin things. We're here to build something effectively and properly. Now, when it comes down to this, we want to use Instagram flags features to track who received a resource and follow up within 48 hours. Instagram tag features are a game changer, and you should have it. If you haven't got it yet, you need to change your account settings and change your business account, change it to a business account, and this will make your life 100 times easier. And wait and follow up. And you can also do this by filtering the conversation too to keep it going. Was wondering where you came from, by the way. Was it the YouTube or the Reels? By doing this, it also gives you a better sense of understanding. Because remember, we don't want to lose their attention, but we want to keep them maintained. And between the 48 hours, it's 2 days. Business, we need to be moving with speed. So with this, what does it actually help us achieve, and why do we do this? It helps us with filtering. When it comes down to filtering, it helps us understand, wait a minute, are they coming from our Instagram or are they coming from our YouTube? If they've come from our Instagram, it means they may have had a high rush. They may have not checked out our YouTube. They may have not checked out our other solutions that they can start implementing straight away. However, on the other side of things, if they have come from our YouTube, then we know they've watched our video in full. They know that we can solve a problem for them. We've helped them solve a problem, just as you are watching this now. If you have watched to this point, if you have found this video useful and you want to take the next step, I'm a coach. I do one-to-one coaching because I help solving other people's problems. I get joy from seeing you succeed, and it helps me with my brand and it helps me achieve my goals. Well, that's why we're here. So if someone has watched your YouTube video in full, have figured out, what, this video has really helped me. This video is the main reason why I can start applying something and start succeeding. You have a clear direction on where to go with them next. Now, getting back into it. Following up, if you like that breakdown, there's a part 2 I use with my paid clients. You want me to send you that as well and pull them towards the next level of value. This could be an SOP, Loom breakdown, a story sequence, or a clarity call. Clarity calls are game changers. That's where I got my some results from, because people are interested, people want value, but people don't want to be sold on. People want to have clarity, and this is exactly why we need to build that trust. You help someone for free, you solve their problem for free, they will come to you. Because why would they go to someone else if someone else isn't giving them that value? You're giving them that value for free. You're changing their business. You're changing the trifecta effect on them. You're making sure they can start making even more money for free. Why would they not come to you and pay you? It doesn't work like that. So remember, never jump straight from the document to the call. Always offer deeper clarity, not sales. Because if you get them with that clarity call, they're interested. By the end, they will ask you, what's your offer? And they will pay you. And you're not treating them as a prospect, you're treating them as a friend. You're just giving them that helping hand, and that's what will drive them next. So finally, the last domino that we need to be looking at, which is proving with positioning. Now, when it comes down to positioning, remember, as I said, if you're a coach, agency owner, consultant, a growth operator, you're here to help someone. You're here to change their life, especially if you're a coach, especially if you're a consultant. People are coming to you for that impact. They're coming to you for the higher knowledge. And actually scrap that. Any niche you're in, any industry service you're providing, people are coming to you because they know you can solve their problem. So if you're going to position yourself as someone who's like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this, they're not going to be interested. They're not going to find it useful. So when it comes down to this, you need to put your positioning out there. But you don't want to be someone cocky. You don't want to be someone with a massive ego. So how can we do this? I'm throwing it back to, remember how I said, we can send them a doc, a lead magnet, SOP, etc. I'm going to show you and break down a quick SOP for you. So your lead magnet isn't just a freebie. It is a positioning tool. The right one solves a specific point, a high leverage pain point, It creates the clarity, it doesn't overwhelm, and it makes them feel like you understand them better than everyone else. The lead magnet equals silent qualifier plus a micro commitment. And the tactical add-ons you can do is examples of strong lead magnets, DM scripts that close high ticket clients without sounding pushy, the back end funnel I use to convert 5-figure clients from Instagram. And when you create this lead magnet in this SOP, it is a game changer. It is what helps you convert. People see this, and depending on how good it is what will change everything around. Now, following up with this is just one of my lead magnets that I created that I've seen maximum conversions with. And, I will explain to you exactly how to do this, but you can see, this breaks down and gives you information. It breaks it down for you very, very easily, shows you exactly what to start doing, exactly what to look at, and it's helped people change. It's helped people create that impact. Just because I explain everything that you need to do, everything that you need to look at, everything that you can start doing. You can see even in this, in page 9, we can do a 7-day launch amplification system, so you can start implementing these steps straight away and you have some sort of accountability. So even then, for the next 7 days, if they do go through this and do implement this, by the end of it, they are going to come back to us and say, I am interested, because we've already made them be accountable for something, so we can make them be accountable with us. They can start going through this, checklist, etc., things like this. You need to be using your own insight, your own skills, your own secret, and refine it with Claude AI. And I'll even attach this in the video down in the description. But ultimately, when you start refining with Claude AI, and why have I mentioned this before I mention why I've attached this? Because you can see the amount of depth and detail it can create. You can turn a simple document into an absolute masterpiece with Claude AI with the right prompting. And once again, as promised, I will post a video on this showing you how to start refining and maximizing with Claude AI. But I'll even attach this in the description below so you can start implementing this if you want, but even have a rough understanding of the impact it can create. So once you have this, throughout this time, you also want to be having story sequences. Nothing too heavy, just something simple. Have you thought about your future? One client came to me feeling completely overwhelmed and stuck. They were able to double their conversions, fix their approach, optimize their profile, and have a clear call to action. What changed, and do any of these roadblocks sound familiar? And you can reach out from there. The generic story sequence. Why aren't we going heavy with it? Why aren't we going crazy? And why generic? Because we don't want to be too pushy in case they haven't gone through it or they've lost interest. We want to use better story sequences for after we've messaged them and want to book them into a call. And we want to hit them with their prime time when they have the highest interest. So coming back with this, you are showing them that you know your stuff and that you are solving their problem for free, so they're ready by this time. They're already seeing you as someone to solve their problems, and that's literally what we want. By following through this 3-step stage for the domino process, it's as simple as that. We're redirecting them. We're helping them solve their problem. We're helping them give someone something where they can start implementing it, seeing a change, make money. With that money that they've made, they come to you and say, make me even more. Take my money and make me even more. And it is literally as simple as that. When you follow through all of this information, when you start implementing all of these steps, step by step, doing everything that you need to do, it will work out for you. And, they won't even feel pressured. They won't feel, oh, this person's being too pushy. They're going to look at you by the end of this and say, oh, that's the person I want to be with. That is the person I want to be working with because they have helped me out so much. I need to work with them. They've given me so much value. They've given me so much info. That's exactly where we want to be. Because look, you can see they found your branding. They've understood your brand. Once they've understood your brand, they've understood, oh, you could be the person to help me. They've liked what they've seen. You've messaged them not being the same as everyone else. You've given them some time to marinate. Once they've marinated, they would have checked you out. They would have seen the value you can provide. They can see, they're not being too pushy. They're not directly doing this for me. And they've already helped me. They've helped me solve my problem. So when it comes down to this, we can even refine them and redirect them to a YouTube video if the high peak interest, in the meantime between the call and us. For example, how to end client churn and create lasting retention and high lifetime value. and that will ultimately leave you with a client. Now, if you've watched this video the complete way, feel free to message me on Instagram. Feel free to like and subscribe. I would appreciate it very much. I'm going to keep posting as much value as possible, keep helping you solve your problems. My aim is to create that impact, solve as many people, position myself, become that person to guide others, become that person to make sure people can actually get that right chance, have that right solution that they need, and have that right direction without people telling them, oh, X, Y, Z, this and this and this, buy my course. We're not here for that. It's 2025, 2026 is the year. The year 2025, by the end of this year, should make it or break it. 2026 is you making it. Now, if you found all of this useful, I'm happy. I want you to start implementing it. I want you to do all of these things. And when you start doing all of these things, I promise you, you will see a change. You will see a difference. So if you're still interested and you've enjoyed the video, you're still here for some reason, check out the lead magnet. Feel free to message me, drop me a follow, and I hope you enjoyed. So on this note, thank you for watching. Have a good day, and I wish you the best.